More details about scheme to help Hong Kong's working poor. Protesters target more government sites in Bangkok. And this year's Oscar nominations are out. Good evening. The government has unveiled details of its new $3 billion subsidy scheme for low-income working families announced by the chief executive during his policy address yesterday. It estimates the plan, which will also cover new migrants, will slash the overall poverty rate by more than 2 percentage points.
The plan aims to benefit 710,000 people from low-income working families not covered by the comprehensive social security assistance scheme. Low-income households of 2 or more members, where at least one is working, will be paid according to a 2-tier system based on the number of working hours and income. Under the scheme, a family with an income of 50% or below the median household income, where one member works between 144 and 208 hours a month, will be entitled to a $600 basic monthly subsidy. For a family whose applicant meets the working hour threshold, it can get a monthly allowance of between $600 and $1,000 depending on the number of hours worked. For a family with an income ranging from 50% to 60% of the median household income, the subsidy is slashed in half. The working threshold is significantly lowered for single-parent households. The plan also includes a child allowance granted according to the number of children. And it covers new migrants too. It follows a recent Court of Final Appeal decision which ruled it unconstitutional to deny welfare to people who have been living here for less than 7 years.
To sustain employment amongst the poor population, we do not find it necessary to distinguish applicants on the basis of their length of residence in Hong Kong. Because you can imagine if new arrivals are coming to Hong Kong for family reunion, the best way is really to integrate them into society as early as possible. And the best way to integrate people into society is to enable them to work.
The income threshold for applicants will generally disregard financial assistance received through other schemes, such as the disability allowance and the old age allowance.
New initiatives in the policy address to help ethnic minority students overcome their language barrier have been widely applauded, but as Diane To reports, the government is being urged to see them through properly. Tackling a shortage of housing has been one of the main policy goals of Leung Chun-ying's government, and there's been a positive reaction to what the chief executive pledged he would do to meet this challenge. Diane To again. And to other news, mainland police have arrested a prominent scholar from the Uyghur community, taking away computers, cell phones and even student manuscripts. According to his wife, police in the capital raided his home yesterday, taking 6 hours to carry out their operation. Ilham Tohti is arguably the most famous mainland-based critic of the Communist Party's policies in the western region of Xinjiang. He has written extensively about how Uyghurs have become second-class citizens in the country. Protesters in Thailand trying to force out the government marched on revenue offices today, but their numbers appear to be dwindling, and some say the movement could be running out of steam. James Aiken has the latest. Back locally, a recruitment agency at the centre of an abuse case involving an Indonesian domestic helper has denied turning a blind eye to her situation. Meanwhile, activists have pledged support for the helper. Evelina Leung has more. Police say vacant shops in a shopping mall in Yuen Long were used for prostitution. Officers arrested more than 80 people in their raid. Jenny Lam reports. The con artist comedy American Hustle and the 3G Space Odyssey Gravity lead the Academy Awards with 10 nominations each, including nods for Best Picture and Best Director. Another film also picking up lots of Oscar nominations this year is 10 Years a Slave, which is up for 9 awards. The Best Actor nominees include Leonardo DiCaprio and Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock, Judi Dench and Meryl Streep, all of whom won Oscars before, are among the Best Actress nominees. The awards will be held on March 2nd in Los Angeles. Manchester City notched up another devastating win, this time over Blackburn in the FA Cup. And tonight's winning Mark 6 numbers are 9, 15, 16, 17, 18, 37 and the extra number is 33. And finally the weather, fine and dry tomorrow with a high of 18 degrees. Similar conditions on the weekend. That's all the news. Thanks for watching. Good night.